Welcome back to Because It's Comics. This week we're diving into 5 new releases, breaking down the art and the story while giving you genuine and thoughtful ratings. Let's get into some reviews. Our first book up for review is Absolute Martian Manhunter number 2, with writer Dennis Camp and art by Javier Rodriguez. This book has already been critically acclaimed. The artistry in this book is out of this world, with pun intended. The colors used by Javier Rodriguez are basic but solid. He's definitely put his imprint upon the title, making each issue feel uniquely attached to the creatives involved. Dennis Camp also does a terrific job in making the story and dialogue interesting, placing you in the character's shoes where you have the same feeling of disorientation and off balance as the main character. The story is haunting, and the approach to the subject matter is heavy, which might be a little off putting to some readers. And that would be the only con I have against this issue. And it's not even a big con for me. I just know that different sensitivities um, may not respond to the story being told um, in the fashion that it is told. With that said, I will take that in consideration in my rating because not all of us, again, have the same sensibilities. But normally, for me, this would have been a 5 out of 5 stars. But I'm going to give it 4 stars because, again, in light of the heavy violence and the content, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Martian Manhunter, number 2, 4 stars.
Please don't fail me now. Betty, Betty, Betty. There's a bat in my house. Someone go get my sticks. Please don't fail me now.
Our next book up is Batman 159 with writer Jeff Loeb and art by Jim Lee. In my last review on this book, I had many criticisms of Jim Lee's debut. I felt that the inks on the book were kind of muted and that the story just wasn't as engaging as I was expecting for such large anticipation. With that said, I'm happy to say Batman 159 appears to be a complete 180 from its initial debut. Without going into spoilers, because we don't do any spoilers on this channel, the dialogue written for the story has been miraculously changed or improved. I don't know what Jeff Loeb did or what if he had to get into a certain mode before really getting the kind of message he wants to get across for um, expressing Batman's inner dialogue and how he engages the world. But this story kept me interested to the point to where it felt like it was almost too short. And I say it felt like it was almost too short. I don't think the story was actually short because there is plenty of dialogue in here. However, um, like I said, you're just engaged just because of the situations that are presented within the pages. Jim Lee's artwork in this issue feels like every panel is meant to be all encompassing. Um, every page has to be filled up. Um, One thing I noticed while reading this or issue two is that Lee doesn't go for uh, what many would consider like dynamic action displays, but instead he goes for more of a bold and unmistakably clear, expressive depiction of uh, of what Batman's world should look like. One example of this is a full spread page, and I am going to show it that Lee puts in this issue. Um, as you can see, it's an encounter with Jason Todd, Red Hood, and I mean when you look at this, I mean just the level of detail, the background um, of all the instrumentation in the Bat Cave. Uh, I just can't. It's like I have a loss of words to describe um, just how, uh, for lack of a better term, magnificent this is. And this is what I think fans of Jim Lee are coming back to the Batman book for, is to get these uh, elaborate portrayals or elaborate depictions, this imagery, um, where you just feel like, wow, I mean, the talent that's behind um, or the concept of something like this, um, like this spread. To keep from stumbling on about this issue, I will say this: Jim Lee definitely a much improved. I don't even. I won't even say much improved because in my last review um, they did give me an ash can that showed some remarkable sketchings that Lee had done for this issue. Um, what has definitely been a big improvement are the colors. Uh, and Scott Williams is still on the colors. I saw that I think it was Alex and Claire also helped. So maybe there was some kind of simpatico or something that happened. I don't know. All I know is that uh, Batman issue 159 deserves this rating of 4 stars.
You kinda
I'm adopting a child and I'm picking them up today.
Who's letting you adopt?
Why are you asking me things in that tone?
I'm sorry. I just think you're a terrible choice for a mom.
Well, I think you're fucking wrong, Superman. I qualified through the same Little Caesars pizza raffle everybody else qualified through.
They're giving out kids through raffles now?
Yeah, when you use a Groupon there, you enter a raffle and then you can win a kid when they pick your name.
Oh shit, what Little Caesars? That's the one on 3rd?
Nah, the one I went to on Nicholas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Okay, I need some more sidekicks. I'm trying to get like a Batgirl and an extra Robin. Hold on, what? What you need an extra?
That's Wonder Woman.
Our next book is Absolute Wonder Woman #7 by writer Kelly Thompson and art by Mattia De Ulis. I can't say this enough. Right now, Kelly Thompson by far has the best Wonder Woman title at DC. Just reading this story, without giving any spoilers, was just uh, a funny, uh, interesting, and intriguing uh, way of exploring um, Wonder Woman's psychology, or what drives her. And I gotta say, I mean, I believe Kelly Thompson has tapped into something that um, is often, or has been, missing at times in a Wonder Woman book. And it's just like these little things. For those that know, it's just something about, and without uh, making this just about gender, but it's just something about a woman's touch and a woman's experience. Um, it you can tell when you're reading this book. They're like little cute stories, but then there are like meaningful, deep things that, man, where did she come up with that idea? And that's what makes this book a joy every month to read. I will say, I noticed that the art had returned back to more of a toned down, hand drawn kind of look, and eh, I really appreciate that. Or maybe my eye can't tell the difference anymore. I don't know. I just know that compared to the last issue, this issue appears to be less enhanced with computer generated graphics. Although, of course, we know everything's done digitally, but it just looks like more of a fresh, um, um, hand drawn depiction of Wonder Woman and this story that she's involved with. The pacing of the story in this issue is good. Uh, you feel like you're reading a very involved tale, and the action that they release is has put between the pages is right on par with what Thompson is trying to get across to us as readers. All in all, this is a pretty good issue, and pretty good is not taken away at all from what um, Absolute Wonder Woman #7 uh, has put forth. I guess the only small knock I have against, not really, no, that it is something that is noticeable, is that once we reach the end of the story, it kind of feels maybe a little bit contrived. I mean, all the elements are there to support the ending, but the way that it comes about is so sudden that I felt like there should have been a little more time to have us as readers understand an additional element that just seemed, almost felt like it came out of nowhere. Although it is in a story, but it it, it took something away from the overall plot of this book. But with that said, um, you can't miss with Absolute Wonder Woman. Uh, I have yet to find the issue that I've had any problems with. I think this is a great title um, to definitely have as a monthly read, and I would encourage more readers to look into putting this on some kind of pull list or subscription. With that said, I'm giving Absolute Wonder Woman #7 4 stars.
Black alert. 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 Black alert.
Our next book is G.I. Joe Silent Missions Roadblock with artist, writer Andrew Cronky and colorist Francesco Segala. I rarely do this, but I've been behind the scenes of a fan of the Silent Mission issues, and I haven't put them in any reviews previously. But this one's going to get it, the business. If you have been keeping up with the the silent missions, you know that there is no dialogue within the pages of the comic. And that's fine because I think it takes a lot of work to tell a story without any kind of character, like I said, character dialogue or any exposition whatsoever. However, uh, this issue particularly uh, caught my ire. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to assume the artist, not the artist, maybe it's the colorist, didn't intentionally go for um, what I'm about to talk about. But it does seem very strange that in this particular issue, there are some alarming details that I just couldn't get past. And again, this may be just my own issues and how I see things. Another reader may see them another way. But here we go. First of all, let me start off by saying Roadblock has always been one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters. If you're familiar with the G.I. Joe lore, you know that he's a gunner, and he's always had this flavorful expression that has been deeply rooted black. Whether it was some of it at times could be a little bit stereotypical if you go back to the cartoons um, in the 80s. However, Roadblock is supposed to be a black character. With that said, this has got to be the ashiest Roadblock I have ever seen in a comic. In no way, shape, or form does Roadblock look like a character of color. If I had to guess, Roadblock just looks like a muscled up Italian man that is a little bit dark skinned. And that is the shame of this book. I don't know. Maybe Francesco Segala. He's just used to drawing characters that look a particular way. That's why I'm going to give him just a little bit of bandwidth here. However, we all know that Roadblock is an African American character, and that being an African American character, his look should reflect that, especially in a book where there is absolutely no dialogue whatsoever. Another thing, in this book, there are a few cameos, and these cameos, the artist and the colorist appear to have gotten it right. Who are the cameos? Well, first of all, one is Lady J, and Lady J is depicted as what she is, an American Caucasian woman. The next cameo is Wild Bill, the helicopter pilot with the red mustache, red hair, and he looks like a good old country boy from America. And upon that, we get another appearance by not only rock and roll, a blonde haired American white character, but to put the cherry on top of all this nonsense of how Ashy Roadblock is portrayed, we get Tunnel Rat, who makes a cameo appearance. And he does appear to be a Chinese character. I say all that to say that it doesn't look like they tried very hard. It's not until the very last panels, and even then, it's still very, very hard to distinguish. Is this just a very tanned white character, or is this an African American roadblock? And I'm here to say I was not for this book. Again, I don't really like to go after creators. I like them to have their freedom to express how they see things, or how they would like their art to be viewed. But in G.I. Joe Silent Missions Roadblock number 1, I'm giving it 0 stars.
Everyone.
Oh shit, we got a black man for a
See,
teacher.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yo, we
What's
straight.
up, bro?
We straight.
Holla.
dog. We straight.
As I was saying,
Trying to
And
diss
so,
us. Hey, he probably
this
been locked
position
up more times
and
than me
legacy
and your ass put together.
Harvard.
Get him.
Oh, green Jimmy the cricket suit wearing ass motherfucker.
Get 'em.
Oh, short Colin Powell haircut having ass motherfucker.
Get 'em.
Little Angela Davis mustache wearing ass motherfucker.
Get
You
'em.
little Richard Pryor shortcut fade having around the side
Get
wearing
'em.
motherfucker. You little Sammy Davis Award Jr. Afro haircut having ass motherfucker.
Get him.
Little Dynamite Disco Danny devastating.
Get him.
Little Don Cornelius with a haircut.
Gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'd like you to sit down. I would like to continue.
Our last issue up for review is The Power Fantasy with writer Kieron Gillen and artist Casper Wingard. The Power Fantasy holds a special place in my monthly reads. I can't say enough about this book. While it does have a teetering scale, or rather a seesaw kind of effect from issue to issue, the book overall has been a very good read. The one thing you can say about the book is that the artwork in this issue always continues to be strong. The character expressions in this book are dynamic, and the action sequences pop off the page. When I read this book, I get a sense of energy and impact in the visuals that help keep me engaged. At times, the panels can feel just a bit cluttered, making it slightly difficult to follow the flow of the story visually. But I don't believe that was the case in this issue. Once you have a feel for what the writer Kieron Gillen is trying to express in the story, things seem to level out and become a little more directed. You're able to navigate through the book, panel to panel. And speaking of the story, it definitely gives an overall narrative that's moving it forward. At times, there are intriguing developments, and I can say that Gillian is not afraid to raise the stakes. However, the pacing can be a bit uneven, and the core concepts and character interactions, you really have to be engaged, involved in the story and keeping up issue to issue. Sometimes I have to go back and read maybe 2 or 3 issues previously to really keep a sense of what's going on in this overall arc. And some readers may not appreciate that. Again, I just like good writing. That's not a knock against the way Gillian, tells the story. It's just you just really have to really want to be um, um, engaged with all the going ons between different issues. With that said, Power Fantasy number 8, while not perfect, I still believe is a fun read. If you like more of a deeper metaphysical type of no, I don't believe metaphysical is the correct word. Maybe a deeper meta within story lore. I believe readers that are drawn to that type of writing style will continue to enjoy this book. All that said, Power Fantasy number 8, while not perfect, still a good read, and I'm giving it 3 stars. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video and what you'd like to see me cover next. And always remember, if you find yourself asking, why they do that? It's because it's comics, man.